Hello everybody, this is Southern Hellenic and I am back with another streaming video. So hope you guys will enjoy it and please bear with me. I really hope that no copyrighted music comes through because I don't want this stream to be ended because of something that I'm not doing. So to people that might be watching the video or might be watching the video later, I have some pretty exciting news to reveal, and I hope that you guys will enjoy the news as much as I enjoy giving it. So years ago, I had this vision of when I moved out of my mother's house at some point in my 20s or near my 30s, that I was going to form a temple. And the reason for this is that there really isn't. By the way, if you hear that sound, that's a little animal that lives in our rafters, which is pretty annoying. So anyways, back to what I was saying. So my dream since I was at least 26, 27, oh, that seems so long ago, was to actually form a temple to the Greek gods. And the reasoning behind it was that really there isn't a lot of organizations out there that either doesn't charge you money. Hold on one second, I'm going to turn this light on. All right. That doesn't either charge you money or has a controversial figure. And one of my subscribers can contest that. Yeah. So what I decided to do was I'm going to go at some point in the future, I'm going to organize a temple for the purpose of venerating and honoring the Greek gods. And the reason behind the no charging to join the temple actually comes from Helion. Now, they make it very clear that you do not have to be an ethnic Greek in order to honor the Greek gods, and that's great. But they charge you money. Now, some people say, well, the reason they charge you money is because they have expenses and all this type of stuff, and I totally agree with that. Everybody has expenses. But I have a job. I have a job, and I can do that stuff with my paycheck. Even after I pay my bills. I can still buy things. I can still buy incense. I can still buy wine. I can still buy statues. I can still do this and that. So I don't need to charge people money in order to join the temple. Now, donations are great, but it's not a, oh, you give me $11 and I'll send you a calendar and you can be part of the group and you can form your own proto group and all that stuff. So I don't believe in doing that. I don't believe in that because not everybody can pay the fee every year. And if you don't pay the fee, you get kicked out of the group. So that's what happened to me in Helion. I was a member for 1 year. And I was not able to pay the membership fee, or renew my membership dues, and I'm no longer a member of Helion. So I want the temple to be affordable to everyone. I want people to, okay, I'm going to go and donate maybe $5 towards you maybe buying incense or something like that. And that's great. If you want to do that, that's great. Now, I'm not a 501c3 organization. I sat down last night and I said to myself, you know something, girl, there's nothing holding you back from finally doing what you want to do, and that is to form a temple. Right now, just like with Helion's beginnings, I'm currently online only. Now, I would love to stream ritual videos again. The big issue is every time I try to do it, my streaming goes south. And so I'm actually going to be um, figured out a way to stream videos without them literally going south. And that we're talking about volume and stuff like this. So that is something that me and my brother are going to be working on together, so that the streaming can be successful. So I went onto Facebook and I established my Facebook page. It's called The Temple of the Olympian Gods of North America. And it's a working title until I can think of a better one, but I really do like the name, but I kind of want to shorten it a little bit, and that would probably be a really good idea. So, this afternoon when I got home from work, I got off work at 2. Somehow, I didn't get home until close to 5:30, which is a sign that I do not make good of my time. So these are the rules of the temple. Okay. All right. So this is what I said. The temple was formed due to the need to have a place that Hellenics could come and honor the Greek gods. 2, there's no hate speech on this page. 3, we are not yet a 501c3 organization or church as the government calls us. 4, we do not associate with any group that promotes a belief that you must be a native Greek in order to follow this religion. 5, we welcome all races, ethnic groups, and variety of sexual orientations and gender identities, and will use your preferred pronouns if you wish us to. 6, any money donated, if you wish, will go directly to the temple. 7, the temple is free to join, and this page is free to like. 8, we respect all opinions and viewpoints. No one will be kicked out of the temple or banned from this page unless it's hate speech. 9, no mock anyone with disabilities and no mock in the LGBT community. This violates part of the second rule. And it says, I want everyone to come here and enjoy and honor the gods and hope that you all enjoy it here. So that is what I wrote. Because you have, on a page, you have to have rules. These are the rules that the temple will follow at any given time. Now, another thing, I don't have priests. I don't have people that can come during the day and light candles and you burn incense and things like that. My goal, and my brother even agreed on this point, is we're going to have to get ourselves a house. And the reason for it is, first of all, with a house, yeah, you'll have neighbors, but they won't live in the same building with you. Number 2, if they've got something, you won't get it. So that's important. Another thing is, I like to have a house to have one room specifically for the gods, specifically for the shrines, the altars, things like that. So that's what I wanted to end. That is peekaboo. Oh, hi. So that is what I want to do in a nutshell. I want to have a temple where people can come and honor. Hyan knows you. Huh? Okay, I don't know. I do not understand what she said. Sorry, am I a bit late? You're perfect. Anytime I do stream video, you are never late. Never late. So that is what I'm doing. And so I was on the IRS website and they said that I had to be established for 3 years in order to be able to even think about, how are you? Right? I'm actually awake, which is good. So I have to wait 3 years and I have to have members, I have to be established and all that wonderful stuff. So that is going to be a very long road and very long thing. So I'm going to link down below the link to my Facebook page, and I'm also going to be putting it on my blog that I have basically founded an online temple, which is online for now, and then when we get into not a bigger place, but we get into a better place, I will definitely attempt to make it more of like a physical temple. I know over in California, Helion What's your blog called? Well, the page. So let me go on here for a second. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, because okay, it's called the Southern Hellenic. It's the same as my thing. The page is called Temple of the Olympian Gods of North America, and you can link to my blog. My link to my blog is on there, and you can see what the heck I've been doing as of late. I don't really blog that much often, mainly because I was working 6 days and I was always dead tired. Tomorrow, you're trying to create an online temple. Yes, I am. So like my page, I appreciate it. Yes, I'm trying to create an online temple mainly because you don't have the expenses. Like I said, you don't have to donate. In fact, I'm still trying to figure out a way so that you can donate. But if you don't have to donate, like I said, I've got a job. Okay, I can go online on Amazon and order incense, no problem. I used the blog, but it gave up. Sorry. Hold on a second. Let's see what's going on with that. Okay, yeah, it's still here. Yeah, I haven't posted things since. I haven't posted things since April. Wow, that 6 days a week really got me. Um, yeah. So what I'll actually do is I'll actually put a link to the blog down below so people can go on the blog without having to go on my Facebook page, which will be awesome. Especially if I'm the only one not having trouble and everyone else is having trouble. That would probably be a really good idea. But yes, I firmly believe that online temples are great if you have limited resources, definitely limited money, and you're not yet, you're working towards being established. And being established is apparently pretty important to the IRS. Also, they had lists like you can't promote a politician. You can't promote politics, which I'm all against promoting politics and politicians. The only thing that my temple is going to be promoting is the gods, and the ethics, the good ethics of the ancient Greeks. But as I said in my rules, you do not have to be Greek in order to honor the Greek gods. Yeah, online temple is a good idea as long as it's not so like volunteer. Oh, okay. Yes, definitely. I agree with that. I said in my rules, the temple is free to join. I don't care if you don't even give 5 cents towards the temple. You are free to join and you're free to stay. And of course, liking the page is always free. But as I said, if you did donate money, it's going to go into a box, and that box is going to have a lock on it, and the key is going to be with my brother. My brother is extremely honest. He kept on telling me, he said, it's really great that you trust me with the $420 that you gave me, because it's going to go into the bank. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I trust you with $420 instead of people that I may have known only a year. I've known you for 31 years, so I know that you're trustworthy. But it's going to go into a box, and if a statue breaks, if there's incense I need to buy, that is what the money is going to go towards. As far as wanting to get the house, which is great because I'll have my own piece of land, that is a long way away. So right now I'm just doing baby steps, both with the temple and with me and my brother. And the most important baby step is to get another apartment. Good old brother. Yes, my brother is awesome. He is a little weird and obsessed with computers, but that's good because if my computer breaks or something like that, I can go to him and say, "Hey, Stephen, my computer broke. Can you please help me?" And he'll fix it. And that's really great. It's great. But the only thing he does not know how to do is a website. He has made it very clear he cannot do websites. So I'm also not worried about a website right now. I'm just wanting to work on getting established and people seeing me, seeing my temple, seeing my presence, and go, okay, this is great. There really, as far as I know of, there really isn't a lot of Hellenic organizations in America. Yessi, and we do not want to talk about Yessi. They are the main one, of course. There's other groups. A gentleman I follow called Perseus, he talked about how the atheists are calling Yessi on the carpet for their racism and their xenophobia and their belief that you have to be of a certain kind of blood in order to honor the Greek gods, ignoring the fact the Romans exported them and they built temples to them, and even the Romans even went to Greece and all that type of stuff, because Greece was like the most fascinating place in the world for the Romans. The Romans loved the Greeks. They loved imitating the Greeks. So another thing I'm going to do now, when we move to the new place, let's move forward a bit. We move to the new place. All the temples I know of are in the U.S. Oh, yes, definitely. So, moving forward ahead. We, like I said, I didn't mention this before, but we are saving money up to find a new place. Oh, and the Yessi in Greece, of course. Definitely, of course. Of course, I am a Patreon at Temple because they are awesome. And I have told them they're awesome. So they said, and also it's great is they have little altars and they do sacrifices. And that's awesome. Speaking of sacrifices, I gave an offering of incense, which is actually the same incense, which is cinnamon. I don't know. I just love the smell of cinnamon in the morning. But so when we move to the new place, one of the biggest things I want to get, probably the most expensive item that I'm going to get, is going to be the bookcase. And this bookcase is going to be filled with Greek books. I want to have a much more extensive library than Priest Christopher does. Yeah, I do. So I want to do that. Definitely buy the books from the philosophers. Temple are in the Ukraine and I know the Roman. I actually sent them prayers. They're in the Ukraine. No wonder the package looked Russian. I was wondering where they were at. Thank you for telling me. Because I got this package. It was in Rome. It was in Russian. I'm like, where? And where is this shirt coming? Where's this package coming from? Yeah. But they're great. I do really feel bad for the leader of the group. A woman next door threatened to burn down his temple and his altars. And what I was really concerned about, and I even told him this, was that what happens if a fire gets to your home? And that is, that's not good. She can't stand the idea that she's living next to a polytheist. And I just really shake my head about that. He had to actually get a restraining order against her because of what she did. But yes, I do know that Templov is Roman. I actually had to highlight one of the names and get the English name for that particular god. I was kind of like, they didn't have one for Pluto, and I know probably why they don't have one for Pluto, but that's just an educated reason. They don't want to put an altar to him or to him. I don't really know. They are good, and that's not good about getting threats about burning that temple. Yeah, it was on his page. And since I follow his page, I get news about news, and he actually had the paper that he got from, I think, the courts or from the police. That would have been, I mean, that would have been sad. If I swear, if I ever won the lottery and this lady actually successfully burned down his temples and his altars, I would actually give him money to rebuild. If he did not have insurance, because I just really believe in what he is doing. Um, and also because I'm a nice person and I was raised right. Even though my mother ended up being this Bible thumping Christian, she raised me with morals and with decency, and I use what she taught me in my daily life. For instance, I said to my brother that on one of the months that we get paid 3 times, if I'm off that day, I'm going to actually come to my work and I'm going to give them a nice tip, because I know that they do not get a lot of tips, because people at my job, they complain about the price of the burger and then they just don't give you a tip. We get tips, but not like the way that we would like. Not like in California, where they're like 2 jar full of tips. But I've been to, it's called the Paddock, and so they actually tip pretty well, because they're like full of like rich people and stuff. Sure, of course, I agree. I gave a wee bit of money towards that too. I wouldn't give money to churches. I agree. But I do really admire, I was reading this one article about these churches reopening. This one pastor, she said, I'm not opening my doors till the end of the year. That's just, I'm like, no. She had said a comment that, look, I don't need to reopen my building. I can wait till the end of the year to reopen, when we're at least a little bit closer to a vaccine. So she was using a lot of logic, and I really admire her on that. And I actually commented and said that was really great that she wasn't going to reopen until the end of the year. She's like, yeah, you can't have a congregation if they're dead. So I agree with that. But so yeah, also another thing, I did order Zeus today. Woohoo! I actually did expedient delivery. DHL is going to send it, going to deliver it. I always get a kick out of DHL. I was watching this one commercial about, I think it was in my 20s or something like that, and basically this UPS driver was on vacation. Everywhere he turned, DHL was around, and his wife's like, "So how was vacation?" He goes, So that was a really funny commercial. But DHL will do it. Yay, Zeus! Yes. It's from the same seller that sold me the other statues. Next time I get paid, and I want everyone to know, ever since my mother passed away, I've stopped putting the word Social Security check on my calendar, and that's because there's no need to. We don't get Social Security. She doesn't get Social Security checks anymore, so don't put it down. I mainly stick to payday, my brother's birthday, or my mother's birthday, and I leave it at that. But so next month, when I get paid again, I'm actually going to be purchasing Athena. So Athena's going to be the next statue that I'll be purchasing. Sorry. So that is says really can't really get any statues from Amazon. Comes up with, oh my Lord. Once you go on eBay, the seller's on eBay. You might be able to get some help there. So don't know if that's because it's coming from Greece. Greece reopened, and I actually I was on eBay, and I actually found the seller that was on eBay that was done through Amazon, and actually texted him, and he said that his statues were okay. Wait, didn't you already have? Oh, yes, I did, but her arm broke off. And I don't like, so she's like a replacement statue, but her arm broke off. I think when I was cleaning it, she fell over, I think. Yeah, she fell over and her arm broke. It was the one that was holding, oh, Nike, I think. Yeah, it was Nike. So, yeah, so this one is, don't get me wrong, I love the one I had, but this one is really beautiful. And I'm actually, Hobby Lobby, I think is reopened. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm actually going to call them up the next time that I have it off after payday, and I'm going to see if they're open. And if they're open, I'm going to go out and get the paints to paint my statues, because I don't like them having like bare marble. They were painted in, sorry, they were painted in ancient times, and so they should be painted now. Oh, those are my brother's home. But yeah, so I'm going to wrap it up and say this. The temple is open online only. There is no website for it. You do not have to donate money or anything like that to join. You can like the page if you want to, and I will let you guys know what's going on in the future. So thank you for coming on, and I will see you guys around. Oh yes, I still have the serpent, the snake, the serpent lady, my own snake woman. Okay, R. Okay, R. Okay. So I'm gonna let you guys go. My brother's coming, and he likes to make a bunch of noise and stuff. That's why I generally wait till he's asleep. So I'll see you guys around. Bye.